Right, a bit more progress on the 5112. I managed to take the base off completely. It was a simple task. There was only 3 screws plus the ladder and the firebox, and they're all tapped into the base, so that came off quite easily. And that way I could get in access into the firebox properly and tighten up the nut on the water pump. So that's nice and secure now. So I've actually reconnected that connecting rod. I've managed to, I'll take this off the tripod in a minute. I've managed to clean up all the con rods. I've had all these out, these oiler pots. I've had them all out. I actually use a 1.5mm drill bit to take to get through and slowly turn it to pull out the congealed oil and wax or whatever was in there, grease. But now they're all free. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 on the back there. It's 10, 11. They're all free and functional again. So that was a good job. I'm pleased with that. What else is it? Right, so now I'm gonna still not finished cleaning. There's still a lot to do in detailing, but I'm going to show you something what I've been using to get this tar off. Now, if you can see it, try and move this up a little bit. You can see, this part of the steam pipe and this part has still got the tar on, this hasn't. And I was using a lot of elbow grease. I used I even used the carb cleaner on a cloth to wipe it, and it weren't doing anything. Well, it was, but it was very slow. Then I found paint stripper. Now this has been really good, so I'm going to demonstrate on it. And I use a tiny little brush. The paint stripper don't go anywhere apart from where I want it, so I'll show you what happens. So tiniest little bit on my brush, and this is really gummed in tar. Now what this does, gets the tar off, but it doesn't polish or alter the original colour of any of the metal. You have to give it a couple of applications, and you have to sort of give it time to work in. And sometimes you have to do this and let it dry, and then do it again and work it in. The important thing with, and it works on the fittings as well, the important thing with these new paint strippers is they're water based. The original paint strippers years ago were oil based or spirit based, and they worked really good. Then there was this health and safety drive, and it's to do with the first of all, it's to do with the emissions. It's to do with emissions, the fumes getting in the atmosphere. So they use the right, so you can start seeing now. Right, so yeah, what I'm getting at with the water-based paint strippers, you have to keep it wet, because if you don't, it will dry off. So look at that, it's gone. It's gone. It's the same as this side now. Beautiful. So I've managed to get a little that fitting. I don't know if you can see that there. That fitting, how black it is on that side. I'm going to show you another. I'm going to do the water pump now. I've still got a little bit to do around here. But you get a picture. But do not get this anywhere near your paint, because it won't have the desired effect there. You'll be in trouble then. So I use a tiny little kiddie's brush. These little brushes I get off Amazon. You get 20, 30 in a pack for, you know, a few pound, a few dollars. It's not expensive. I use them a lot if I'm painting the detail parts. Yeah, so this is quite a good way of getting. I mean, I done in here yesterday. I done this yesterday, and this has come up really good. You know, it's come up like new, but not polished. So I'm still getting it's still showing the age of the. Right, so that tile is off of there now. And I've got that pipe where I want it. Right, now I'm going to try so I can get this down. I'm going to try that water pump. I don't know if you can see it properly. Where the bracket is on my holding my camera is exactly where this is. I can't really see what you can see, but this is what I do. Just paint all that with the paint stripper. Tiniest amount. Don't put much on, because if you put much on, you'll get a drip. And you'll get a drip exactly where you don't want it on your nice new paintwork. You've got to be very careful. Be very careful, especially right near the paint now. But it's satisfying when you wipe it all off and all that tar comes off with it. I had a go yesterday up here, but need a bit more. Well, this might help you with your metal work. Let's see if it's made any difference yet. There's definitely improvement now. You'll see when I get this cloth out of the way. Right, that's pretty good. I think you'll agree that that's pretty good. I haven't polished it. Haven't done anything like that. So I can't say it's been restored. You know, you see a lot of them where they polish it so much, it's higher polished than what it was when it was new. Right, still a little bits in there, right in the back, there's still little bits. But you get the picture. You get the picture. That now is a much cleaner fitting. And I'll go over all the fittings like that. See? I hope you can see that. that's a much cleaner fitting. Looks like a new fitting. There's a little bit still on that handle, so there's a little bit still around here, a little bit in there, probably a little bit under there, but you get a picture. That's what I use to clean up my fittings. Just a little bit of paint stripper, and the amount I'm using, you're one of these, a tub this big is going to last you for a long time. And I only use it on metalwork to get its tar off. So that's just a little update video on how I deal with the fittings. Let's take this thing. Put that tripod away. Right, so look at that. Right, so you can still see there's a little bit on the bottom there. But I think you'd agree that that fitting has come up pretty good. And it took a few minutes. And it just washed that with a bit of soapy water now. Done the same on the pipe, the steam pipe. Got all that tar off. But that was a good demo, I think. So there's a little bit left there to do. You can see it, look, coming off here. And there's a little bit in the back. So I still got to go over it a bit. But that's the technique. That's what I use. Now we've got I've managed to tighten up, so I've got to get the paint stripper on here again. There's still tar on there. I'm not sure what to do with the flywheel because the plating's gone. The plating's gone. But what I'm tempted to do is polish it off completely back to just the casting and just keep that clean. Because I've got a big hit and miss engine out the back there, and that's all that's on that is the bare casting, and just kept clean, and it's good enough. So I'll give it a go at cleaning it, see what it comes up like. If not, I'll just put this on the polishing wheel and take that completely off. Otherwise I've got to leave it in rust mode, and I don't like that. It's never going to look tidy like that. Anyway guys, I'll leave that there. I've still got some fittings to go through. I did the pressure gauge yesterday with that paint stripper. I've still got to do the whistle, glass, these taps. So I've got a bit to do, but you can see the technique and what I'm using. She runs, I'll tell you now, she runs. There's another technique I'm going to be doing this afternoon, and I'll probably put a little bit of a video on there probably tomorrow or next day of what I'm doing with the paintwork, and I'm not painting anything. So I'll leave it there guys. This is just another update. I know there's a few of you following it. This is a lovely machine. I don't want to rush it. I will show you. These have come up all right now. You can see they've been polished before because it's back to brass. But you can see how clean they are now. Some of the chrome's gone. But all these fittings now actually will accept oil and put it to where it's supposed to go. But yeah, all right guys, I'll leave it there. Like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing. This is probably about as good as it gets with the sort of engines I have a go at restoring, and we're making progress. So I'll leave it there. There'll be probably 3 or 4 more on this before I get it finished, but I'll just do an update every couple of days. All right, cheers guys, take care.